Yo, what up, YouTube? What up, what up, what up? Right now, I'm gonna talk about, I'm gonna do a movie review, alright? I'm gonna talk about some parts of American Ultra, right? There's gonna be spoilers in here, man. So if y'all haven't seen the film, you might wanna watch it first and just put this on the back burner or whatever. But the synopsis of the film is he's just a weed fiend going nowhere, or so he thinks. When the CIA tries to eliminate him, his long dormant super spy training comes roaring back. Alright? So the name of this movie is called American Ultra. We already know what it's about. Just from the title, it tells you a lot, alright? So I gave you the synopsis, all right? In the opening scene, I want you to notice how Mike, the main character, has a sporadic memory. The cuts in the scene are montaging as if he had ADHD or maybe schizophrenia. But because his thoughts appear erratic or schizophrenic, we deny he is crazy because the title, as American Ultra, um, we excuse him for the way he's thinking. We say, oh, like he's an MK Ultra person or a super spy, but we don't excuse ourselves though. All right, meaning when we start thinking, I heard many targets. It's the same thing. I hear them talking about like they thinking like they got hyperactive disorder or schizophrenia or what have you, right? But in this movie, it's showing this is like something that was with like MK Ultra or whatever. This is during the opening scene, okay? How his thoughts are cutting around. All right, though this is subtle, this is doubt and bias against oneself. So, when we think like that, then we think it's something wrong with us based upon how society reacts to us. When really they all go see the same movie about this dude and they say, well, he's a super spy. So we sell ourselves short in many ways. Sometimes you have to allow patience to have its work as it's written in the Bible and let the creator create, man. You got to sit back and you got to trust in God, not yourselves. So don't look at where you're at now, but where he's taking you. It's not mental illness. He is delivering you. It's a strength, okay? Many gifted aim to be regular. What do regular people aim to be though? Right? We try to blend in, but we can't. But what do regular people aim to be? They do it for the gram. They're trying to stand out, right? The things they're doing to stand out, we doing those things accidentally just to fit in. You know what I'm saying? Just to blend in. We know we can't, but we just trying. This is why they truly look at us, man. They know something about us more so than we know. There's something going on with us more so than there's something going on with them. All right. Now, Mike plans a trip to engage to his girl, Phoebe, but he has a panic attack and misses his flight. He was stopped by a cop, one, for no reason, and two, cop brought up Mike having panic attacks as if he knew a secret or as if he was at the actual airport, and he wasn't. He just knew something was strange going on with Mike. All right, it wasn't nothing that Mike could tell himself. This is us. All right, as you know, level one is deliverance. What we call game stalking is how it all started off was panic attacks. We used to have anxiety. Everybody was talking about anxiety and stuff. All right. So that your awareness has expanded. You have woken up. All right, by the grace of God. All right. In my notes, I continue. CIA. Okay, in the movie, they have a meeting where we find Mike is a CIA asset unbeknownst to himself. Hence, he is an MK Ultra asset, and the CIA is looking to kill Mike for trying to leave his area. This is why the police stopped him on his way home. This is also alluded to why he has panic attacks before boarding the plane. All right, so that is something to be cognizant of, man. Why he's having the panic attacks because he's programmed and he didn't know he was programmed. So when he wakes out of his sleep, out of his programming, he's coming into remembering who he truly is. All right, this is a point. Targets may not know fully who they are or why they are different, but may be monitored as a monarch asset. Targeting was not a thing until you woke up. Question is, are you supposed to be this aware? All right. God is more top secret than the CIA. All right? Because nobody wants to talk about the Most High. Nobody wants to talk about Christ. All right? The Lord has unplugged you from this machine, and this is deliverance. This is like when they get unplugged from the Matrix. All right? So 20 minutes, all right, into the film, 20 minutes into the film, a CIA operative comes into the store to present a string command phrase to unlock Mike. The agents sent to take Mike out were putting trackers on Mike's car. This resulted in a fight where Mike had advanced abilities. Now pay attention to Mike's nosebleed. He had a nosebleed even though he never got hit. So he never got hit in the face during the altercation, but his nose was bleeding, right? This is a common theme that's reoccurring with this, while this is called American Ultra. If you watch Stranger Things, you know, the gifted children, always they would get nosebleeds and stuff like that when they would do like special powers and stuff like that. So it's just interesting because whoever crafted these movies or films did so on a basis of reality. What do they know? Okay. 11 in Stranger Things, a CIA operative with telekinetic abilities often has nosebleeds when her powers manifest. We can account this is a real thing since it has been reshot in 2 different stories as 2 witnesses and an accidental truth. You know, are you susceptible to nosebleeds? Okay. Within the 23-minute mark, okay, the controller of the operation learns Mike killed 2 dudes with a spoon and says he's been activated. Okay, this was the string command that woman gave him 20 minutes into the film to wake him up. Activated is a key meaning, Masonic trigger word in the movies to activate homegrown MK Ultra assets with links into home security and NSA. The real game is they don't know who is activated or who can do what, but the AC is known as a hunter, and you are his game, his prey, his deer. Targeting, and I say his deer because that links back to the film Get Out, which is also about mind control and hypnosis, what have you. Targeting for some began when they are noticed by informants, usually at jobs, whom are Masons or with the government, has some type of government ties. These are the true ops. They don't directly work for the government. This is through affiliations and groups, all right? It is not about you being special. They know you are. It's about you. It's about you not fitting into your MK role for society that they gave you. So they send spirits and witchcraft. This is the all-seeing eye, the Truman Show effect. This is the grunt work side of the game. But without the spiritual aspect of Christ or having the Holy Spirit, you're toast. All right. A statistic of this game. All right. We know Myron May and what have you. There's been people who, you know, you can lose your head out here, man. Ever notice how everyone only likes you when you are down? That's because they act obscene, not to cap, but to see if you are truly awake. They only feel safe when you are asleep, when you're not conscious or aware of your surroundings, when you're acting like everybody else, you know, moving slow and just kind of in a somnambulous state. All right. In the movie, this dude John, that's played by John Leguizamo, his character's name is Rose. He runs outside when they're running away from, like, you know, the CIA, and he sees them because they were going to his house to let him in, and he says, "I ain't trying to die from no crazy monkey disease," right? So while buildings are blowing up and all this mayhem is going on in the city, okay, they're lying to the public on the news saying there's some type of virus. All right, sound familiar? This is what's going on. Something's funny with this COVID thing, okay? And now all these mass shooters is coming out of this to make people forget about COVID. That's the true machination, because they ass was showing and everybody called them on it. All right, this is said in the movie by Rose, okay? I ain't trying to die from no monkey disease. All right, this is said in the movie by Rose. It's just so relevant, hence the sign of the times. Pestilences, COVID of a bat, monkeypox in Africa. You know, these hold on, my writing is real bad. These types of things are reoccurring triggers that go unnoticed. A lot of the time, it's hosted with less prominent character roles, set the stage of archetype programming. So by him saying that, he's setting the stage from the film and he's putting something into your mind that you should hang on to. These are usually roles in films with side characters that are less prominent. They usually say the most notable things, even if they only have one line. All right. We got the monkeypox. They're saying AIDS came from monkeys, and that's because it was developed in a lab. This is what dude was talking about. Rose was talking about in the movie. He's capping. All right. So they evade at a certain point to Rose's house, which is a hideout, where Rose is going on about a quarantine and some type of crazy virus outside to cover up the mayhem happening over town. The obvious or common lie he got from the news. By the way, it's notable that this movie was based out of West Virginia. Rose continues to crack jokes on the monkey virus, which ultimately is tongue-in-cheek, that HIV/AIDS did come from monkeys because it was made in a lab, like your peaches in the canned food section of your local food library. Why is there no vaccine for that? Maybe magic has knowledge. That's a double entendre. So later in the film, it is revealed that Mike is dating his handler, that she was an adjustment bureau. If you haven't seen that film, go watch it, to keep him in check. Fellas who got your who you got your paws on at night. You know what I'm saying? Do you really know her? This will never work on me because I learn people, anyone that I meet, from the inside out. I learn your biomechanics, your breathing, your blood pressure, psychological baseline. I hear your words, but I incline more towards the things that are beyond your control. I natively do this. I don't do it on purpose. All right? That's why I say, know her. If you meet a cool girl or whatever, know her at her core. All right? Understand who she is, for real. All right? So at the end of the day, Mike is saved by the CIA lady who explained he was the only successful subject out of all the prospects of the experiment. Hey man, when you look around, ever since I've been targeted, you know what I'm saying? I notice glitches in time. I notice people, it seems like I move like 3 to 4 times as fast as people. Sometimes they crack jokes as if I'm on drugs. And I bend them in their conviction. Like, how can you admire me by saying that I'm in such great physique or such great shape, but then like do like this type of stuff at your nose as if I was doing cocaine? Well, if I'm doing cocaine, I can't put on weight. You know what I'm saying? Crack or fentanyl or whatever the hell is out there. So it's one or the other. So when people come with madness, I convict them in their minds. And then they find they have less to say. This is spiritual warfare. But look at this film and see how it relates to your life. And then drop a comment down below, man. I'd like to hear your thoughts. You know, if you, after you guys go and check out the movie, if you happen to remember, come back and drop a comment. See if you notice any other things that I may have missed or what have you. But those are just some strong points in the film that correlated with targeting that stood out to me. The name of the movie is called American Ultra. All right. Peace and blessings be with you all. I'm out.